If you like the video, then please consider supporting Slope's Game Room on Patreon.
Alright, darling. Wanna buy some games?
I'm not sure I should.
It's alright, darling. Don't you worry about a thing. Everything is gonna be alright.
Leave me alone. Get away from me. I'm an honest Nintendo consumer, please. I don't buy pirated software. No.
Come on, get it.
Okay, jokes aside, Nintendo do not like piracy. Now when I'm talking about piracy, I'm not talking just about stuff like this. No, I think it's safe to say that we all can agree that this is piracy. But what I'm talking about today is downloading a ROM of, say, I don't know, Super Mario Bros. For the NES and loading it up via your emulator of choice. Well, this is where the whole situation becomes 50 shades of grey. I mean, come on, what's the problem with downloading a ROM anyway? Surely that's better than lining the pockets of some lucky bootfair scalper who's slapping the original up on eBay, right? I mean, let's face it, Nintendo don't see any profit from either of these methods, am I right? Now I know what you're thinking. The obvious answer to all of this is the Virtual Console. But Nintendo do not help themselves here, do they? Considering the best system that they've ever released, in my opinion, doesn't even have a Virtual Console store almost a year after its release. I mean, come on Nintendo, sort it out! Oh, and also, if you could add a YouTube player into that too, that'd be great. Whatever your opinion on this is, feel free to voice it here in the comments section whilst I continue with the video, because if I'm gonna be brutally truthful, nothing you say really matters to Nintendo. Yep, who cares what you think? It's technically a Nintendo product, and they have very much openly stated that they do not like any of this nasty emulation stuff. In fact, if you go to Nintendo's very own website, it reads,
"There is a good deal of misinformation on the internet regarding the backup/archival copy exception. It is illegal to download and play a Nintendo ROM from the internet."
And that's that. You see, no matter what your opinion is, you can't argue with that which is taken straight from the spaghetti plate filled gob of Nintendo, aka the original owner of the game. Well, this is where I slap down a nice big twist in our little tale, because there is actually a strong belief that Nintendo themselves have actually downloaded a ROM of one of their own games and sold it to you via the Virtual Store on the Wii. Is this right? Is it wrong? Yet again, everyone will have their own opinion, and yet again, that's what the comments section's for. But, as stated earlier,
it is illegal to download and play a Nintendo ROM from the internet.
Nintendo bloody said it themselves. It's literally taken from the website www.nintendo.com/corp/legal.jsp/emulator. So how do we know that this was downloaded? Well, to do that we need to go sort of back to the beginning of emulation and check out this guy, the inventor of the iNES emulator in the later part of the 1990s. One of the interesting things about this emulator was the fact that as ROMs were being dumped to be used on this program, when looking into the code behind the ROM, they would not only get time-stamped, but would also be imprinted with an iNES hex value number. And when looking at Super Mario Bros., that number was 4E4553180201. Now if you was gonna download Super Mario Bros. For the Wii, arguably the most popular Nintendo game of all time, on Nintendo's most popular system of all time, and take a look at that version's hex value number, you would indeed find the exact same hex value as the iNES hex value number, 4E4553180201. So, what does this all mean for lame-o noobs like me that are not exactly the most technically minded among us? Well, in short, it probably means that Nintendo has downloaded Super Mario Bros. For the NES illegally, according to them, and sold it to you to play on their free emulator. You know, the Virtual Console. Now there are a couple of other tiny differences between the two files, but it's that one line of jumbly numbers and letters which ultimately brings it back to that original downloaded ROM. But it doesn't end there, as it's also believed that the ROM found on the NES Mini is also the same. Although personally I couldn't actually confirm this fact myself, as I don't own one and I'm not willing to pay a sniper a stupid amount of money for the privilege. Anyway, this is it. Nintendo have downright denied these claims, but then again they would. I suppose the big question here is, does anyone actually care? If videos like this, and websites like this didn't exist, then there's a good chance that we would be none the wiser. So, I say again, does anyone actually care? Oh yeah, Nintendo does.
It is illegal to download and play a Nintendo ROM from the internet.
Hey there guys, thanks for checking out this very small video this week. Whilst you're watching this, I'm over at the Play Expo in Blackpool with Ashins, Nostalgia Nerd, Kim Justice, Mr. Biffo and plenty of other awesome YouTubers and guests. But don't worry, I've got a nice big video coming up for you within the next week or two. So for now, this is the part of the video where I give my usual shout outs to all of my Patreons. Ryan Burford, Andrew Dalton, Joe Lazarez, Ian A. Chapman, Phil Lowlins, Mike Fallon, Retro to Next Gen, Zane Powers, Gavin Ibbotson, Creamy Elephant, James Loveridge, Casey Garner, Blitz, Edgy Ben, Hall Taylor, Armand Gemmer, Mr. T-Shirts, Dunder Control, Michael, Todd, Paul, Float G, Petty Mew, Brian Wilson, Leo and Sil, Dick Killer J, Taki Kara, and Tiago Piero dos Santos Silva. If you want to be part of this list, get your name shouted out, get your name shown, come and see what I'm working on, check out the Discord chat, do all of that usual cool stuff, and even get to check out exclusive Let's Plays and commentaries, then please click the link that you see on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you prefer, and for now, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.